Hi everyone, we're into our second week now of Wonder. So last week you would have listened to chapter 1 to 10 and we left it on the chapter of performance space, where August had his tour and met Julian, Jack, Will and Charlotte, and you've probably got a first impression of what you think of those characters already. Thank you to those of you that have sent in all your work, all of your spag and your vocabulary work, reading comprehension and writing activities. We're really enjoying reading them. We love it when we do work that's related to a book because you really get into the characters and into the plot. So the next few chapters, there's new work this week based on that. Some of you have mentioned having too many chapters, which is fine. So we just put it down to one chapter per week. Per day, sorry. So you might find that you don't have to read a chapter or listen to a chapter one day, but there might be two on the next day. But for the whole of this week, there are only 5 chapters that we're going to go through, and we'll do the next 5 next week and so on, and we'll keep responding to how you're finding that. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for all your hard work. This is the next chapter called The Deal. Mum and Mr. Tushman were talking when we got back to the office. Mrs. Garcia was the first to see us come back, and she started smiling that shiny smile as we walked in. "So, August, what did you think? Did you like what you saw?" she asked. "Yeah," I nodded, looking over at Mum. Jack, Julian and Charlotte were standing by the door, not sure where to go or if they were even still needed. I wondered what else they'd been told about me before they'd met me. "Did you see the baby chick?" Mum asked. As I shook my head, Julian said, "Are you talking about the baby chicks in science? Those get donated to a farm at the end of every school year." "Oh," said Mum, disappointed. "But they hatch new ones every year in science," Julian added, "so August will be able to see them again in spring." "Oh, good," Mum said, eyeing me. They were so cute, August. I wish she wouldn't talk to me like I was a baby in front of other people. "So, August," said Mr. Tushman, "did these guys show you around enough, or did you want to see some more? I realised I forgot to ask them to show you the gym." "We did anyway, Mr. Tushman," said Julian. "Excellent," said Mr. Tushman. "And I told him about the school play and some of the electives," said Charlotte. "Oh no," she said utterly. "We forgot to show him the art room." "That's okay," said Mr. Tushman. "But we can show it to him now," Charlotte offered. "Don't we have to pick Via up soon?" I said to Mum. That was our signal for my telling Mum if I really wanted to leave. "Oh, yeah, you're right," said Mum, getting up. I could tell she was pretending to check the time on her watch. "I'm really sorry, everybody. I lost track of the time. We have to go pick up my daughter at her new school today. She's taking an unofficial tour today." This part wasn't a lie, that Via was checking out her new school. The part that was a lie was that we were picking her up from the school, because we weren't. She was coming home with Dad later. "Where does she go to school?" asked Mr. Tushman, getting up. "Oh, she's starting Faulkner High this fall." "Wow, that's not an easy school to get into. Good for her." "Thank you," said Mum, nodding. "It'll be a bit of a schlep, though. The A train down to 86, then the crosstown bus all the way to the east side. It takes an hour that way, but it's just a 15-minute drive." "It'll be worth it," he said. "I know a couple of kids who got into Faulkner and they love it," said Mr. Tushman. "We should really go," Mum said, as I was tugging at her pocketbook. We said goodbye kind of quickly after that. I think Mr. Tushman was a little surprised that we were leaving so suddenly, and then I wondered if he would blame Jack and Charlotte, even though it was really only Julian who'd made me feel bad. "Everyone was really nice," I said to Mr. Tushman before we left. "I look forward to having you as a student," said Mr. Tushman, patting my back. "Bye," I said to Jack, Charlotte and Julian, but I didn't look at them, or look up at all, until I left the building.